anyone remember how we used to live? Does anyone remember how we used to shop? Or how the children used to play? We don't live like that anymore. We don't shop like that anymore. And the children don't play like that anymore. 20 years ago, the people created a new organization, a community development corporation dedicated to serving Cleveland's Central, Kinsman, and Garden Valley neighborhoods. An organization with the mission to enhance the quality of life for residents of those communities in areas of housing, retail, employment, and recreation. An organization that would forge new and effective partnerships with residents, community groups, government agencies, corporations, and institutions. An organization that would serve as a beacon for hope, a beacon for justice, a beacon for opportunity, a beacon for a brighter community.
Hi, I'm Tim Tramble, the Executive Director of Burten Carr Development Corporation, and I'm proud to serve and lead an organization that has the opportunity to spearhead and participate in transformative community development initiatives. Initiatives aimed at changing the physical landscape of our community, as well as the social and financial resources of our residents. Efforts like the Urban Agriculture Innovation Zone and Green City Growers Hydroponic Greenhouse are just two examples of how we intend on invigorating our neighborhood economy. As we continue the implementation of our neighborhood strategy, we must have the support of our community partners and, most important, the residents of our neighborhoods.
Burten Carr Development was incorporated in 1990 and named in honor of three dedicated community leaders, Lonnie Burten, James Bell, and Charles V. Carr. From the beginning, it was all about developing the community.
We've seen Central go from a neighborhood of blight and no development to, I think, one of the crown jewels in the city of Cleveland, thanks largely to the work of Burten Carr. Burten Carr is great at development, physical development, but they're also great with people. They are absolutely great at delivering services, at organizing, at community outreach, and at just making the people in Central and the Kinsman neighborhood feel like they belong to something.
BBC has either led or partnered in 11 major housing initiatives, valued in excess of $250 million, and has placed more than 700 housing units into service. Not only did this result in a major cash infusion into the community, but these projects also provided numerous employment opportunities.
Well, when I became a councilman in 1990, and I actually started Burten Carr, and it went through its growing pains, and then it eventually evolved into a very good organization. And we used it for many purposes: home ownership zone, new home construction, ownership. In Central, we used it in working with public housing, not only in co-developing parts of public housing, but ensuring that as they built out public housing, the people who got the jobs were residents, that some of the wealth stayed there.
A community is made of individual households, people who live and work and play in these very neighborhoods.
Burten Carr is definitely rooted in the community. I was lucky enough to go to one of their meetings that they give frequently in our area, and they was telling us about the changes and the visions that they had for our community. My husband and I was just so thrilled because we knew it was a foundation there. We just didn't know how it's going to happen. We saw what we wanted, but we didn't know how to get there. Thanks to Burten Carr, they gave us the technology and the support that we needed. They single-handedly helped us get our community club together.
Many retailers had left the inner city because of negative perceptions. Changing the fabric of the neighborhoods also means changing those negative perceptions in the minds of retailers.
I think without the Burten Carrs, as you look around and you see these different developments, especially in the inner city, I think it's great. This will only bring more business into the area.
Burten Carr is one of our strongest partners. We as an we fund across the board. We do arts, education, health, social service, animal welfare. We do very little community-based organizations like a development corporation, but we do Burten Bell because we recognize it as a sector leader.
Burten Bell Carr is extremely proud of its close partnership with the Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority. CMHA no longer sees its estates as islands of public housing in a sea of various communities. The new CMHA sees itself as an active member of these communities, eager to partner with organizations such as BBC.
I think that people really don't understand the real mission and the work that the Housing Authority does, that groups like Burten Bell Carr do. They serve a vital function to the overall health of a city such as Cleveland. And more projects, more groups such as this is actually what's needed to make the turnaround that people say and profess to do. It's people like, and groups like the Housing Authority and Burten Bell Carr that are actually doing the work and really are the ones making the difference.
In 2008, Burten Bell Carr began partnering with the Cleveland Public Library in expanding learning opportunities in the Garden Valley neighborhood.
Our combination of being in Bridgeport Place has been unbelievable for us as compared to when we had the smaller library in Garden Valley Estates. Our numbers, as far as our statistical numbers, and statistics don't say everything, but they say a great deal. We know that we do 10 times the amount of circulation or how many books are checked out in our new building as compared to the old building.
With a reputation of being resourceful and competent as a facilitator of local projects, BBC has become the model for how a small, high-tech community development corporation, a CDC, can maintain and manage the production of organizations twice its size.
It's a very selective process for community development corporations to be part of that. They have to be high-performing organizations, which Burten Bell Carr is one of those organizations. And we look at not only what they do in the community, but the ability to produce not only housing, commercial development, but how do they interact with the community in terms of community engagement, involvement? How do they provide services in the community that benefits the people that live there? And Burten Bell Carr has been a rising star over the last 20 years.
How does a group of ordinary residents create such a powerful impact?
When I was asked to be a board member, I thought, why do they want me to be a board member? But since I accepted and was approved, and I found out so much that I didn't know before by living in the community.
I'm Mildred Cephas, currently a board member. Also served as board president for about 4 years, and was just thinking about how far Burten Bell Carr has come. Especially after we got our director, Timothy Tramble. He came and started right out running, and we have grown and grown. At first, nobody knew who Burten Bell Carr was, but now we're known all over the city and farther.
I think Burten Bell Carr has really been a catalyst for the redevelopment of an area of the city that for many, many years has suffered under many of the ills that have been visited upon us. And under Burten Bell Carr's leadership and with its assistance, it's really been quite extraordinary, really across the spectrum of Central. You see the work that Burten Bell Carr has done. And it really goes beyond just the physical redevelopment of the neighborhood.
20 years ago, the people created a new organization, a community development corporation dedicated to serving Cleveland's Cedar, Central, and Garden Valley neighborhoods. An organization that would serve as a beacon for hope, a beacon for justice, a beacon for opportunity, a beacon for a brighter community.